Om Shanti. Good morning. Today is Murli for 7th April 25. The essence is, sweet children, the most divine virtue of all is to remain quiet. That is, not to speak loudly, but to speak sweetly. You children are now to go from this talky world into the movie world, which is the subtle world. And then from the movie world, you will go into silence world, which is Paramdham. Therefore, do not talk too much. So, Baba is teaching us today to become more and more introverted. So, introverted in terms of not talking too much, not talking loudly, and trying to be more and more in silence. Question: by imbibing which main virtue are you automatically able to imbibe all the other divine virtues? Answer: the main virtue to imbibe is purity. Deities are pure. This is why they have divine virtues in them. No one in this world can have divine virtues. How could there be divine virtues in this kingdom of Ravan? You royal children are now imbibing divine virtues. The song is, no one is as unique as the innocent Lord. Om Shanti. You children now understand that there is only the one who reforms that which has been spoiled. People on the path of devotion go to many others. They go on so many pilgrimages, etc. There is only the one who reforms that which has been spoiled. Only the one who purifies the impure. There's also only the one bestower of salvation, the guide and liberator. This is the praise of him. But because there are innumerable human beings, many religions, sects, isms, and scriptures, people seek God on many paths. That's why people say that there are many different paths that lead to God. And Baba says that there is only one path. You cannot attain me by any form of devotion. They go to satsangs, that is spiritual gatherings, for peace and happiness. Those who do not go to those satsangs remain intoxicated in the intoxication of Maya. So even if some go to some spiritual gatherings, they chant mantras or listen to some scriptures, but at least they are doing something. But Baba says those who don't even go there are completely enjoying, intoxicated in with Maya. You children know that it is now the end of Iron Age. People do not know when the Golden Age will come or what age it is now. Any child can understand that there is definitely happiness in a new world and sorrow in an old world. There are many people and many religions in this old world. You can explain to anyone that the Golden Age existed in the past and that this is now the Iron Age. There was only the one original eternal deity religion in the Golden Age. No other religions existed there. Baba has already told you many times, and he is telling you again. Show the contrast between this old world and that new world to anyone who comes. It doesn't matter what they say. Some say that the duration of each cycle is 10,000 years, and others say it is 30,000 years. There are innumerable opinions. They have the directions of the scriptures. There are many scriptures and many directions. They are the directions of human beings. Scriptures are also written by human beings. So they have just added their own direction. Deities do not write them. In the golden age, there is the deity religion. They are not even called human beings. They are called deities. Tell all of this to your friends and relatives that you meet. These things have to be thought about. There are very few people in that new world, whereas the population of this old world has grown so much. In the golden age, there is only the one deity religion, and there are very few human beings. Only deities have divine virtues. Human beings do not have them. This is why human beings give salutations to the deities. Why they sing songs of praise to the deities? Because the deities have divine virtues. They know that the deities reside in heaven and that they themselves are living in hell, the residents of the Iron Age. Human beings cannot have divine virtues. Someone says that so and so has very good divine virtues. Tell them, no, only deities have divine virtues because only they are pure. Baba doesn't even considers any human being of this world to have divine virtues. They have virtues, but not divinity, because divinity comes from purity. Purity in thought, word, action. So, Baba says, this is the devilish kingdom of Ravan. Here, because no one is pure, no one can have divine virtues. The deities with divine virtues belong to a new tree. That tree becomes old. No one with divine virtues can exist in this kingdom of Ravan. In the golden age, there is the family path, the original eternal deity religion. Those on the family path are praised. In the golden age, we are pure deities. The path of renunciation does not exist there. You receive so many points. However, all of these points cannot stay in anyone's intellect. You fail because you forget the points. You do not imbibe divine virtues. This one divine virtue is very good, which is purity. Not to talk too much to anyone unnecessarily, and to speak sweetly, and to speak less. Because you children now have to go from this talky world into the movie world and then into the world of silence. Therefore, stop talking too much. Sounds very little and softly, are understood to be from the royal family because they have such divine virtues of speaking softly, speaking sweetly. So let there be jewels constantly emerging from your mouths, no matter who it is you speak to, even if it is a sannyasi. Explain to him the contrast between this old world and that new world. In the golden age, there were deities with divine virtues. That was the household path. The religion of you sannyasis is totally separate. Nevertheless, you do understand that the new world was Satopradhan and that it is now Tamopradhan. When souls became, when souls become Tamopradhan, they receive Tamopradhan bodies. This is now an impure world. Everyone is called impure. That is a pure Satopradhan world. That new world then becomes old. At present, all humans are atheists. This is why there is so much chaos. Because they do not know their Lord and Master, they continue to fight and battle amongst themselves. Those who know the Creator and creation are called theists. So here it's not about believing, but it's about knowing. So atheist is not someone who doesn't believe in God, but atheist is someone who doesn't know God. So we are theists because we know God. Those who belong to the religion of renunciation do not know that new world. Therefore, they do not even go there. That's why the sannyasis will say there's nothing like happiness. Happiness is like droppings of crow. This world is an illusion. And no happiness is true. The fathers explain that all souls are at present tamopradhan. Who can now make all souls satopradhan? Only the Father can do this. There are very few people in that satopradhan world. At that time, all the rest are in the land of liberation. That is the element of Brahm, where we reside as souls. It is called Brahmand. Souls are imperishable. This is an eternal play in which all souls have to play a part. No one can no one can be out of playing a part in this unlimited play, in this unlimited drama. So this no one can tell you when this play began. This drama is eternal. The Father simply has to come and change this old world into a new one. It is not that the Father creates a new world. When people are impure, they call out to Him. No one in Golden Age calls out to Him because that world is pure. Ravan makes you impure, and then the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes and makes you pure. The day of Brahma and the night of Brahma are said to be half and half. That means day and night in this world drama are equally divided. In fact, every age in this drama is equally divided. So we can't say that Satyug or Golden Age lasted for 40,000 years and then Silver Age lasted for 60,000 years. It's not like that. The drama is 5,000 years, equally divided in 4 ages. The first 2 ages are day, and the next 2 ages, copper and iron, are night. So it is the day of Brahma and night of Brahma. Why it's called the day and night of Brahma? Because the soul of Brahma goes through the day and goes through the night. The day dawns with this knowledge. There is no ignorance then. The path of devotion is called the path of darkness of ignorance. Whilst taking rebirth, the deities enter darkness. This is why it is shown in the picture of the ladder how people go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. Everyone is now in a state of total decay. The Father comes in order to transfer you, that is, to change human beings into deities. When the deities exist, human beings with devilish traits do not exist. Now, who would make those with devilish traits into those with divine virtues? There are now many religions and so many people. They continue to fight and quarrel. In the Golden Age, there is only the one religion. There is no question of sorrow there. Many tall stories are written in the scriptures. People have been reading them for birth after birth. The Father says, all of those scriptures belong to the path of devotion. No one can attain me through those. No one can attain me through reading scriptures. Only once do I myself have to come and grant salvation to all. So it's only once that God comes, introduces himself, and grants salvation to all. No one can return home just like that. Sit them down and patiently explain to them. There shouldn't be any arguing. Those people have their own egos. Sages and holy men have their followers with them. They would instantly say that he has had the magic of the BrahmaKumaris cast on him. So many years ago, people would think that the BrahmaKumaris cast some magic. They hypnotize people or they cast magic on people. So Baba says, a sensible person would say that these matters are worth thinking about. All types of people come to the exhibitions and fairs. When any of them come to your exhibition, patiently explain to them, just as Baba explains to you with so much patience. Do not speak too loudly. Many people gather together at exhibitions. Therefore, tell them, allow yourselves some time and come on your own and understand. I will tell you the secrets of the Creator and creation. Only the Father, the Creator, is able to explain to you the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation. Everyone else simply says neti neti, neither this nor that. Not a single person can go back yet. Once salvation has been received through this knowledge, there is no further need of knowledge. No one but the Father can explain this knowledge to you. So once the soul receives salvation through this knowledge, that's why we don't take this knowledge to Golden Age. We take the sanskars that we have created by practicing this knowledge with us to Golden Age. That's why this knowledge doesn't stay with us in Golden Age. When a mature person explains, people think that he is experienced, that he must have gone to satsangs, etc. When a child explains, they think, what does this one know? Therefore, such people can be influenced by you mature ones. The Father only comes once to explain this knowledge to you. He makes you Satopradhan from Tamopradhan. If you mothers sit with others and explain to them, they can become happy. Tell them, the Father, the ocean of knowledge, has given the urn of nectar to us mothers. We then give it to others. Continue to speak with a lot of humility. Only Shiv is the ocean of this knowledge, and he gives this knowledge to us. He says, I open the gates to liberation and liberation in life through you, mothers. No one else can open them. We are all studying with the Supreme Soul. It is not a human being teaching us. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of this knowledge. All of you are oceans of devotion. You are authorities of devotion, not this knowledge. I alone am the authority of this knowledge. People sing the praise of the one alone. He alone is the highest on high. We only believe in him. This is because he teaches us through the body of Brahma that the BrahmaKumaris and Kumaris are remembered. God is teaching us. Nobody can see God, but they only see the BrahmaKumaris and Kumaris teaching or giving this knowledge. So people think it is these people who are teaching us, but they don't understand who is behind this. Sit with them and explain very sweetly in this way. No matter how educated someone is, he will still ask many questions. First of all, make them have faith in the Father. First of all, understand. Then tell them, first of all, understand whether the Father is the creator or not. Only Shiv Baba is the creator of all. He is the ocean of this knowledge. He is the Father, teacher, and Sadguru. Your intellects should have the faith that only the Father, the Creator, gives us the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of creation. Only He explains that to us. He would definitely only explain to us that which is right. No one can then raise any questions. The Father only comes at the confluence age. He simply says, remember me, and your sins will be burnt away. My task is to purify the impure. This world is now Tamo Pradhan, that is completely impure. No one could receive liberation in life until the purifier Father comes. They all go to bathe in the Ganges, therefore they must all be impure. I do not tell you to bathe in the Ganges. I say, remember me alone. I am the beloved of all you lovers. Everyone remembers the one beloved. Only the one Father is the creator of creation. He says, become soul conscious and remember me, and your sins will be absolved in this fire of yoga. It is only at this time, when the old world has to be transformed, that the Father teaches this yoga. Destruction is standing ahead. We are now becoming deities. Everything the Father tells us is so easy. Some of you who listen directly to the Father are not stable when you listen. Your intellects keep running in other directions. So it's also a good point to check while listening to the Murli. Is my intellect stable, connected to Baba? Or does my intellect just keep running? The same thing happens in devotion. The whole day is wasted. Their intellects also wander here and there during the time they keep aside for devotion. The same thing probably happens to everyone because of Maya. So Baba says whether it is devotion or even in this knowledge, if my intellect is not connected, then the intellect starts wandering. So if you remember in devotion, when we were given a mantra to chant, so in the beginning we would chant with a lot of attention, but then later on, slowly, we would keep chanting the mantra, but the intellect would be wandering everywhere. So we are chanting with our mouth or just rotating the beads of the rosary, and we think that I'm chanting in my mind, but it's all over the place. We exactly know who came, who went, how many whistles, right? So many things because the intellect is wandering. So, in the same way, in meditation as well, the mind, intellect, and sanskars, all three have to work in tandem. They have to work together. So if the mind is creating a thought that I go beyond this physical world, I go beyond this world into my home, the intellect has to support that thought by creating the visual. So the intellect supports that thought, creates the visual, and now I can see my home. And then the sanskars automatically is created of peace, of belonging. Right? So understand that visualization, the intellect is very important. So in devotion, when people are chanting mantras or reading scriptures or anything, there's not much to visualize. That's why the intellect is wandering. So Baba says, even here, some children's intellects keep wandering because they are only creating thoughts. They're not using the intellect to visualize. So Baba says, some children go into trance while sitting in front of the father. That time too is wasted. No income is earned. The father says, stay in remembrance and your sins will be absolved. When you go into trance, your intellect doesn't have remembrance of the father. There's a lot of confusion about these matters. Do not even close your eyes. You have to sit in remembrance. Do not be afraid to keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open and keep the remembrance of the beloved in your intellect. To sit with your eyes closed is not the system here. The Father says, sit in remembrance. He does not tell you to close your eyes. If you close your eyes or lower your head, how would the Father be able to see you? Never close your eyes. If you close your eyes, there must be something wrong. You must be remembering someone else. Or it is also said that you're hiding something. You're not honest. So, in communication skills, people say a firm handshake and an eye contact means that you're confident, you're not hiding, right? So, in the same way here too, if I'm not sitting with my eyes open to remember Baba, that means either I am ashamed or I'm busy thinking something else, or um, I'm not honest. That's why I'm not looking at Baba. If you remember your friends, the father says, if you remember your friends and relatives, you can't be a true lover. Only when you become a true lover can you claim a high status. All the effort lies in having this remembrance. It is due to body consciousness that you forget the father and stumble around. Become very sweet. The atmosphere should also be very sweet. There should be no noise. Anyone who comes should be able to hear how sweetly you talk. There should be a lot of silence. You must not fight or quarrel. Otherwise, it would be as though you defame all three, the father, the teacher, and the Satguru. So you're fighting, speaking loudly, and someone comes. What would they say? So you would then claim a low status. You children have now received understanding. The father says, I am teaching you to enable you to claim a high status. You must study and also teach others. If you are not giving this knowledge to anyone, you can understand for yourselves what status you would claim. What would you become if you don't create subjects? If you don't have yoga and you have none of this knowledge, you would definitely have to bow down to those who have studied. Check yourselves if you fail now and claim a low status. You will claim a low status for cycle after cycle. The father's duty is to explain to you. If you do not understand, you destroy your own status. Baba also continues to tell you how you should explain to others. So Baba says, right, it's totally the father's duty is to explain. That's why every day Baba gives the Murli to us, explains in the Murli. But if we don't understand, then we are our own enemy. I'm destroying my status. So it is better to speak less and to speak softly. Baba praises those who do service. Those who do service very well are able to sit in Baba's heart. You can sit in his heart by doing service. You also definitely need the pilgrimage of remembrance. Only then will you become Satopradhan. If you experience more punishment, your status will be reduced. If your sins are not burnt away, you will have to experience a lot of punishment and your status will be reduced. That is called a loss. This too is a business. Do not incur a loss. Imbibe divine virtues. Become elevated. Baba tells you different things to help you make progress. Those who do something receive the reward of that. You have to become the residents of the land of angels. Therefore, imbibe divine virtues accordingly. Acha? To you, sweetest beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. When explaining to anyone, speak with a great deal of humility and patience. Your words and behavior should be very sweet. Create an atmosphere of silence. Only when there is no noise will service become successful. So, silence inside. If I am fighting inside, if I am battling with my vices all the time, if I am constantly thinking about this one, this happened, that happened. So, Baba is saying, how will I serve? Become a true lover and remember the one beloved. Never sit in remembrance with your eyes closed or with your head lowered. Many a times in class also, some Baba's children sit with their eyes closed or they have their head down. They sit like this and just remembering Baba, and then they say, I have very good remembrance. No, look at Baba. Take drishti from Baba. Blessing. May you be a constantly great donor and use all your treasures for yourself and others. May you be a constantly great donor and use all your treasures for yourself and others. The Father's Bhandara, that is a treasure store, functions every day and he distributes every day. In the same way, may you continue to give constantly because you have overflowing treasures of this knowledge, powers, and happiness. There is no danger in keeping these with you and using them because if we keep other treasures, it's dangerous. But this treasure we can keep very easily. No one is going to rob me of it. So Baba says, if you keep it closed, so when your treasure store is open, thieves will not come. If you keep it closed, thieves would come. And so look at every day again and again at the treasures you have received and use them for yourself and others, and you will become a constantly great donor. It's like when you when you keep things under locks, right? The thieves know that there's something precious inside. So they come and they'll try to open the locks. If you ever, heard of people who break into homes and try to steal things, the first thing they go and look for is the closet. They look for a box or, something under lock and key. And if they don't find something there, then they start looking at other places, right? So in the same way, Baba is saying that the treasures that we receive from Baba, if I just keep them locked and I don't use them, I don't see them, I don't use them, it's locked. So what happens is because it is locked, first, um, it just goes to waste because it's not being used. Second, the thieves will attack, meaning I will forget. Maya will make me forget that I even have these treasures. So that's how the robbers will attack. So Maya, being the robber, will make me forget that I have these treasures. And at times of situations, I'll just feel that, oh, I don't have anyone, I don't have anything, I don't know what to do because I even forgot that I have the treasures. So, what are the treasures? Yesterday, Avik Murli Baba mentioned the first is the treasure of elevated thoughts. The second is the treasure of time. Then the treasure of this knowledge. treasure of knowledge, treasure of virtues, treasure of powers, treasure of blessings that I receive from the Father, the treasure of self respect that Baba gives me every day. So to keep checking, keep reminding myself of all these treasures every day during the day at traffic controls. And that's when the treasure is safe. The treasure keeps growing and overflowing because now I know that it'll just flow naturally. Slogan: churn whatever you have heard because it is only by churning it that you will become powerful. Churn the knowledge. So when you listen to the Murli, then churn the points from the Murli. Like yesterday, Baba said, think about the newness that I'm practicing today. Think about the newness that listening to this Murli has brought in my life. What am I going to change today? What am I going to practice? Which virtue, which power? So keep churning. Today's Avyak signal: service and your stage. The Father and you are combined stage. Do service in the combined form, and you will constantly experience the angelic form. You are constantly with the Father and are also his companion. Let there be this double experience. In your love for him, constantly experience the company, and in doing service, constantly experience your companion. So we are never alone. Constantly experience Baba as my companion or my company. Sometimes we say, oh, I have to do this alone. I'm alone in this. Baba says, I'm your companion. You forgot. And then do everything in Baba's company. That's how we become Karma Yogi. Sure. Om Shanti. So today Baba is emphasizing on royal manners, royal behavior, how to speak to others sweetly, softly, not loudly. Don't judge others. Don't hold on to anything of the past. Keep continuing to make effort, the effort to become introverted, slowly going beyond sound. For some people, their job requires them to speak constantly. They're constantly either on the phone or just constantly interacting with clients or customers and all of that. They're constantly talking. Some telecallers, right? They're on calls. So, what will help is while speaking, what is my awareness? Am I practicing traffic controls? After every call or after every meeting, let me withdraw, stabilize myself, and then go back on another call or the other meeting. So very important is introversion. Withdraw, introverted, connect to Baba, come back in action. So this is really important. This is how we can save our energy. Otherwise, by the end of the day, we will feel very drained. Our energy is gone to waste. And then when you tell them that, oh, let's practice meditation, they'll be like, I really can't do meditation now. I'm so tired. I had a full day. But they don't realize that by practicing meditation, I'm going to charge myself. So all this tiredness, everything will just go away. But people don't understand this. So let's go beyond, stabilize the self, behind the eyes in the center of the forehead. In this space of silence, the mind, the intellect and sanskars are all connected. My mind is creating elevated thoughts. My intellect is visualizing where I need to be. And the sanskars are the experiences, the emotions and experiences that I experience at this time. So I see myself as a tiny point of light behind the eyes. I am a powerful being of light. I, the soul, am God's child, and I carry my father's DNA. I, the soul, slowly detach from this body and I travel beyond sound into the movie world, the angelic world, where there's silence and only actions. Beyond this is my home, the world of silence, where I sit with my Supreme Father in silence. Time stops. Everything around me stops. It's just me and Baba. Shanti. Om Shanti. So have a great day with Baba. See you tomorrow. Be combined. Use Baba as your companion. Om Shanti.